everybody. Can you hear me? Let's just test the technology first. Can you guys hear me? Well, I look really washed out. Maybe I got too much of. Let's see. Can you guys hear me? Hey, Edith, can you hear me? Okay. Yes, you can hear me. All right. Let me pause it here. So, let's see. Let me make it less white. Unfortunately, I can't test the, how's that? No, that's still really white. I'm sitting near a window. Is that better? Okay. And how about the volume? Can you hear me if I'm talking like about this loud? I think the comments are a little bit delayed. So, Edith says good enough. All right. Okay. Well, happy Valentine's Day, and thank you for joining me today on this live chat and live video. If you do want to chat, you'll have to figure out how to open up the chat, but I can read you guys, and I'm going to be reading your comments, and hopefully it'll be like a a two-way conversation. So let's see what else kind of housekeeping. So the reason why I wanted to do this video today is because I put out a video, gosh, it could have been about a month ago, and explaining like what I was doing and that sort of thing. And then I put out a video like last week, and which if you missed the first video, there would have been a disconnect, and it sounds like a lot of people did have a disconnect. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that no one's complaining about sounds or anything. So if you didn't see the previous video, the last video would have resulted in several questions, which it did, because I saw them on the on the comments, and I was thinking, geez, I just answered all these questions in a video recently. So video source is 720. Sorry, I don't know how it might have to do with internet. I'm not sure. You're just gonna have to take what you get. So I'm sorry if it like goes off a little bit on sound. It's not the highest. It's just me anyway. It's not like I'm showing the mountains or something. So anyway, when I saw all those comments that people clearly missed the previous video, instead of just saying, go watch the previous video, because it really wasn't that great of a video. However, informationally, it was a really great video. So instead of just telling everybody to go watch that, I figured I would do a live chat, because I also missed some points that some people were asking about, and so I figured we'd do a live chat. I don't have to go into all the detail, because if you want a lot of detail, a lot of reasoning, you can check that video out, and that link is in the description of this video. It's the first thing you see in the description. So yeah, definitely watch that if you've got like some in-depth questions. So first of all, Eric Jones, he says, okay, well, he says, do you still RVing? So really, we all know that means, am I still RVing? So that was the big thing that I went over in the previous video, and so what happened was I was working from home. I was like fully functioning working from home, and mostly financed by one contract job. So, by the way, I would never be able to live off of YouTube. People think that, oh, if you have 115,000 subscribers, like you're somehow making 115,000. No. I wouldn't even be able to rent a studio with the amount of money that I make from YouTube videos. So anyway, don't think about, oh, you could have lived off YouTube. No, I would love to. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting. I really appreciate it. So he says, praise the Pippi and the Puppenings. That's cool, the Puppenings. Pippenings and Puppenings. So because of the cornholio, I lost my main contracting job. And I was put in a position where I had to make money, you know, and I would have been living off of savings, and it wouldn't have been feasible to not, you know, to keep doing the YouTube stuff, which does make a little bit of money. It certainly doesn't cover the amount of hours that I put into it, so I went back and not went back, but I applied for a job. I applied for 2 jobs, both interviewed for both, and I got one accepted. Of course, the one I applied to first was about a month earlier. It was more like a self-employment, you know, more contracting. And I got it, and it was not what I was wanting, because I was so used to working for myself and working from home that that job is, you know, working on site. Though there is an option to work from home, and you know, definitely I take that up sometimes because I don't like to leave the dogs and all that. So anyway, I got a job, and then I found myself commuting in my dually, and you know, that just wasn't going to happen. I was like, unless I quit this job or get something going again, you know, I needed to, you know, kind of put myself towards that position. So I sold off my truck, and then it made sense to, if I sold my RV, then I could use that money plus the money from the truck and put it into a house, and then my money could actually grow. Whereas, you know, every mile I was driving in my dually, I was thinking like, oh my God, it's going down by how much? How many dollars is it going down in value as I drive 1 mile? You know, and then there's, you know, hail and things that can happen to it. And Stephen Powdexter, thank you so much for supporting. I really appreciate that. Happy Valentine's Day back at you. So anyway, I got a job. Then I sold the house, or the RV and the trailer, and by stroke of luck, I mean, it was just, all of it happened so fast. It was an absolute shakeup. I mean, it was such a shakeup, and it happened so fast. It was just, it was shocking. It was shocking, and very uncomfortable, and very scary, and it felt absolutely disappointing. It was just so disappointing, because I felt like I failed, and also at the same time I lost all the things that were familiar to me. I lost what I was doing YouTube videos about, and So it was just, it was very uncomfortable. And anyway, so that being said, I have a house and a job. Not a contract job like before, but like actual employment, you know, before I was self-employed as a contractor. So anyway, that is good for so many things, you know, future-wise. Like it puts money into Social Security for me and that sort of thing. And I'm just you guys are distracting me with your comments. But anyway, that's the case. So great thing is I'm settling in, and I love, now I feel absolute relief, just like so much relief to have my house that's going up in value. It's making me money, you know, and the dogs have an enormous yard. Hey, Harris, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support. 15 pounds. Very cool. So now I've got my my yard, and the dogs love it, and because there's so many great reasons. So to be honest, I'm so thankful, and I'm so relieved. I love my house. It's not modern or, you know, fancy by any means, but it's comfortable and it's safe, and I have an enormous backyard to garden and have chickens, and, you know, to do all the homesteading stuff I can do possibly. I don't know what the size lot it is, to be honest. But anyway, that is the story. And now the question that everybody was asking, hold on, I gotta drink some water. Thank you, Anime. I appreciate that. I'm so thankful. I'm happy to now. So yeah, I'm not in the same location that I used to be, but I am in very close and in the same weather patterns. So some of you are talking about some crazy weather. In fact, I think the entire country might be having crazy weather, except of course Miami and Hawaii. But yeah, there's a blizzard going on, and I already have my carrots and my beets in the, I don't know, I might just have to forfeit the carrots and beets. I had a heat lamp on them, but you know, Chad, thank you so much, Chad, I really appreciate it. Happy Valentine's Day. Yeah, anyway, the temperatures are like at record lows, and there's a record amount of snow, and welcome, John, thank you for joining. From Tampa, but it's nice and warm there. Anyway, like I was saying, here it's quite the opposite. We're having a blizzard. So fun, and I might be losing my carrots and beets that I've already planted, and I'm hoping I don't lose my peach and plum tree that I've planted as well. Those are coming up in upcoming videos. I've got a bunch of stuff coming, so it's kind of like, how often can I do videos? So not necessarily do the videos, but edit them. That's the part that takes a long time. Yeah, Neil Campbell says, new type of creating penny tables and decorating. So I have, and I've already bought the supplies, I have some big, beautiful renovations that I'm so excited about. And again, it's, you know, having to work now full time. I have like so little time. So, but I have renovations coming, I've got a bunch of garden stuff, and I'm hoping to get chickens in this year. So, and build a chicken coop and all that sort of stuff. So, Jeffrey Hoffman says, from Phoenix, Arizona, welcome. Doug says, hello from North Carolina. So, hello, Ian. Wow, Kenny Charles says we got snow in AZ as well. Happy Valentine's Day, Pippi. Happy Valentine's Day, Kenny. Snow in Arizona, I'm guessing that's got to be Prescott or above, probably. Unless you're talking about the Superstition Mountains. I'm sure the Superstition Mountains got some snow. In fact, I've been seeing it on some friends' Facebook feeds. So, hello from Minnesota, -5 degrees. Vandana Dale. Vandana Dale, we will have -3 Monday night, Tuesday morning. So, dang, it's crazy. What was I going over now? Hello, George from Pasadena. Gosh, Tampa is 79. All right, I'm getting all distracted. So, oh yeah, this is the question that I forgot to address in the video. So there's probably a lot more information in that other video if you do want to check that out, about some financial weighings of this and that and all that. I did read it from a script because I wanted to make sure I got all the information in there. And so if I'm just winging it, I forget things and I get distracted and all this sort of stuff. Yes, Kevin, did you flip that other house or is that another story? So yeah, that is the, speaking of getting off track. So that is the question that I forgot to address that everybody wanted to know. I was working on that house, renovating it with Todd, and having to go back and get a job immediately. There was no way I could keep working on that house. CR, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. So I couldn't keep doing that. So he's been working on it on his own, and he's pretty much done, but instead of selling it, he's going to rent it out. And but he's waiting until that moratorium is gone, because if he rented it now, well, in February, I don't know what's recently changed or whatnot, but if he didn't wait, basically people could come rent it and not pay him. So he wasn't going to put it up for rent. So anyway, but he's been taking his time on it just because of all that stuff going on. So, Vieira says hello from Poland. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much for joining all the way from Poland. I imagine it is midnight there, or very near that. So thank you for staying up and watching and joining us. Pouring down rain in Sarasota. Oh, not fun. I think I'd rather have snow than rain. Yeah, Richard Logan says still you can't evict. So still, if you have a house and you rent it out, people don't have to pay you. So Jay Montgomery says, are you going to get another RV? Well, so I would love that, but that takes a lot of finances as well as time off. So that's a new thing that I'm learning to deal with, is having to get time off and having to ask permission. So not sure how well I like that or how long that's going to keep me in place, but Edith says, how did you find your new house? I just was on apps. I had a realtor, and I don't know, just I think the realtor pointed it out. Okay, Igor Shevchuk. Igor says, how much does it cost to full-time RV? Igor, I have a video on exactly that. Now, do I dare pause you guys and see if I can find that, and I'll put that in the comments. Oh, how much does RV living cost? Here we go. let's take this and we'll get the link and put it here. Make my letters capitalized. Igor, look in the description of this video. You'll have to refresh the page because I just added it. And watch that video. So it's a video on exactly how much does RV living cost. So RC says, hi from Canada. And okay, here's a good question. Freedom Chaser says, do you miss traveling? So that would be a yes and a no. Okay, before I even began my YouTube channel, I was living and traveling in several countries, living in Europe and living in Central America, and then on top of that, traveling. So my entire life has been travel, 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 travel. I love to travel, and now having a home, John, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. He says, #1 fan. Thank you so much. Since I got a house and I could like actually unpack my stuff, like in the RV, I could also unpack my stuff. But with the house, I don't have to. Like with an RV, you might have to move it. You can never know for sure if you can stay there unless it's your land. So to unpack all my stuff and not in a way that I can repack it, after all of these years of traveling and living in different countries, different cities, different states, I am still decompressing. So at this point, I don't feel like going out and doing traveling, go traveling. I'm just decompressing in a major way. And it's been, months of decompressing. And I have a feeling it could even be a couple years before I'm done taking a big sigh of relief. However, that being said, I was born with frisky feet. And I do love to travel, and even now owning a house, I think about, I'd still like to live here, or, I definitely want to travel places, but I still even have that feeling of, I'd like to live here, or there. Yeah, so he says thanks. So anyway, that's the answer to that question. Kevin says, so the house that's being flipped was more of a sweat investment. You're not losing money on it. Do you stand to gain money when it's sold or rented? So Kevin, that's correct. Sweat equity, I personally didn't put any money into it. I was helping in the hopes of getting part of the income from selling it. Now, since I quit early, we had to work out a different agreement. He just basically paid me for labor, which is fair, So anyway, we're equal on that, and he'll make money on it, that's for sure. But he'll probably rent it for a few years, actually make a lot of the money back there, and then sell it and make more. So Freedom Chaser says there's no place like home, and oh man, that's for sure. Yeah, fun Ricky says, I love traveling, but I love coming home, and I can certainly get behind that now. Housing prices are insane all over the country. Been checking all the mountain states. I suspect a bubble market. Yeah, my house has already gone up in value. Woohoo! So I've already made money. Of course, it's in the less liquid asset than cash, but good. I'd rather have my money in something that's increasing versus in a bank account where actually it decreases in over a long period of time. Wandering Renegade says, clean my lens. I'm not so sure it looks that dirty. You might have maybe bad internet connection or something. Since righty row was a thing. By the way, I still have all of my RV Living shirts and my Righty Row Let's Go t-shirts for sale. You can get those, I think, in the, in my shirts and merch. There's a link at the bottom of this video in the description. Definitely get a t-shirt if you'd like. I haven't sold a shirt for so long. In fact, but I do still sell the Greyhound shirts. Now, the Greyhound shirts are 100% donated to the Greyhound group that Pearl came from. So, and that's automatic. I don't ever see that money. So anyway, if you buy a Greyhound t-shirt, you're helping out the Greyhounds. And if you buy one of my t-shirts, you're helping out me and supporting the will to make these videos. Because it certainly takes time, and it certainly takes effort. And you know, I put all my, instead of doing, like, you know, some people do YouTube videos and they like get tons of views. They do nothing but have like a live stream. They do not, they don't move around. It's just like they're talking head. Like, I go out and I do videos, and I come back, I put them on my computer, I edit them, I add music that I have to pay for. So for months I haven't been doing videos, but I've been paying for the music to be able to use the copyrighted music. So it's not free, and it's not quick or easy or anything. And then I color edit and all this. Anyway, it's not easy peasy. The live videos are. I mean, aside from being nervous all day, anticipating one, and then sitting here through it and doing the video and talking about it, those are easy peasy. But the regular ones I do are not. So, okay, Paul Blenko says, what do you plan to grow in the raised beds? Okay, I do have videos coming up on this. I wasn't planning to make this like a to replace that video, but Richard Logan, yes, I can use free music from YouTube, but it's very limited. And I don't know, it's just, it's better. If I make it a full package, it's just a better video. I mean, maybe I should just stop. So, oh, Kevin, you're so nice. He says, okay, this has to be said. I'm so glad you appeared to be back. I'm sitting here beside myself full of joy. Yeah, you have a very, very happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much, Kevin, and happy Valentine's Day to you too. I appreciate that. So Edith says, what kind of job am I doing now? Well, here's the great thing. So I was taking some accounting classes, and for that contract job I was doing, part of it was doing the bookkeeping. So I am doing accounting. So if I wanted, I could actually make this like a legitimate career. So yeah, so that is very exciting, and I still do enjoy the bookkeeping. I know it sounds like boring as heck, but I really like it. So anyway, do you know that a business, it can be seen in one equation, in a mathematical equation? The entire business rests on one equation, a very, very simple one. So, which is assets equal liabilities plus equity. So when you put everything in and put it, up and down, and there's like little rules and stuff, it's like you're balancing a business. This is amazing. It's fascinating. So thank you, Rippy. A Big Bear Wheeler says, we all missed your videos. Puppies look very happy in the last video. They are so happy, and I am so happy for them, because they're also getting older, and they were having, especially Chase was having a hard time going up and down the stairs of the RV. So I am so happy you know, I think they both prefer, they love going in the car. They love going on car rides. But they are, oh, nice, Stephen. BA in accounting. They're both happy, and I am so happy that they don't have to go on stairs or anything like that. And they got plenty of space. I've got dog beds everywhere. So, and they got their own little, patterns and habits now, like which bed they like best and all that sort of stuff. Jay Koenig says, I've enjoyed your past videos. Best wishes for a wildly successful future. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Bren says, click the like button, everyone. Yes, please click the like button, click the share button, click the subscribe button. By the way, again, the reason why I went back but did this video today and kind of went over the same stuff I did previously is because so many people didn't see the video where I was explaining everything. So, and it's, you know, so YouTube has these algorithms, and they change up, right? No one knows exactly what they are, and they're always changing. But if you do certain things, your channel and your videos do better, get more likes. So if YouTube recommends you, obviously you're going to get more likes. So you will be more recommended if you have more activity. So if you have lots of likes, if you have lots of views on videos, if you have a high frequency of posting, you get more, you know, in YouTube's face, and then they recommend you, right? So because my channel's been so pretty like dormant for almost a year, you know, it's not touching any sensors, you know what I mean? So, so what was my whole point? Anyway, I'm doing this video. Who said hello? So I'm doing this video because the last video, everybody was like, whose yard is that? And I had just explained that in the video prior. So anyway, I'm hoping to like shake up the algorithms a little bit. Oh yes, so activity. If you comment, if you like, if you subscribe, if you share, the more you watch, the better it is for the channel. So, oh, and then the point was, if you subscribe to like too many videos, they will unsubscribe you, or they will remove notifications from older subscriptions. So if you have not seen any notifications in your feed on YouTube, and you want to, go back and, you know, maybe unsubscribe then resubscribe, or if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And when you do, it'll bring out a little fly menu of selections and click all notifications. Now I'm not posting so regularly, so you won't get spammed, you know, full of all my stuff. So do all notifications, and whenever something comes out, then you'll get to see it. So Van Holt says, new to your site, love the solar videos. Van, I am planning to do more solar stuff. So absolutely, you know, with now being, like, I want to get some, you know, lights and stuff for the chickens I don't have yet. And I want to put like some lights in my backyard to like shine upwards on the trees. And I want to do everything in solar. So, hey, Pet New Zealand me, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And we have some New Zealand dollars. So we have had New Zealand dollars, British pounds, and US dollars. So thank you guys so much for supporting. It absolutely helps because, I mean, it's barely worth it, you know, with the amount, like I said, all the work that has to be put into the type of video I do, where it's not just a live feed like this. Oh, Jamie, thank you so much. I appreciate it. He says, hey, Pippi, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Jamie. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So anyway, supporting it really helps out because it's hours that I'm not getting paid for, and I've got like limited time anyway. But I do love being able to come on here and connect with you guys and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, let's see. Oh, Van Holt, we were talking about solar videos. So I definitely want to get back into solar stuff, and even maybe put like, you know, one circuit of my house on solar or that sort of stuff. So that's always been one of my huge interests, is the solar stuff. And I kind of tend to think that the solar stuff I'm going over, as opposed to just stuff that people got for free on their RVs. Anyway, I got opinions on that. Let's just say I have opinions. So, how come the comments aren't turned? Oh, okay, Kevin, the comments aren't turned on yet because there's a live feed. So when the video is not live anymore, it will, you can do the regular comments. But right now you can just do the chat. So, RV Free says, can we see your dogs? Yes, you can see them in the last video. So check that out, and you can also see the raised beds that I'm putting in. Of course, in real time, they're already in, and I've already got my beets and carrots going. And they were sprouting, and now we're having a blizzard. So, Xander sends tail wags for Chase. Chase, you Pearl! Chase! They're not going to come back here. I will let them know Xander sends tail wags. So, okay, Remo Williams says, I sold my big truck, yep, and did you buy another truck or car? Yes, of course I had to commute, and I bought the tiniest, most economical car possible. And I remember going from my truck to the car, it was just like zip, 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 you know, oh my gosh, and I get over 40 miles per gallon. So I'm making up for having that truck for so long. So Randy G says hello from Oregon, long time no see. Hello back at ya. You probably know my family is all over Oregon, so they're hunkering down in the snow and ice. The ice is crazy up there. Let's see. Where's my mouse? Me You says, I love the raised garden instructions. We'll give it a try. Awesome. So that is something that was, when I first got my RV, I had a lot of potted plants. And one of my favorite things to do, like all day long, I mean, not do it all day long, but you know, one of my favorite things to do was to go out and water my plants. So I'm so excited to have these raised beds, and then I even put in another bed, and again, I filmed it and I'm showing you guys, I just haven't edited it yet. So there's more coming, and I'm just thrilled to have gardens, and you know, I'm growing all my sprouts and seeds and stuff, and my hall bathroom has turned into a grow room. A vegetable grow room. So anyway, it's been about 35 minutes. Let me just kind of scroll through some of these comments. Van Holt, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, JF says, congrats on new house. Any plans for generator, inverter, or power wall? So JF, yes, I want to do everything I possibly can with solar. That's coming. Stay tuned. I can't say I can't say when, but like I said, I've got such limited time now. But I'm going through everything I possibly can and pretty much never have a day off. Gonna make it above 0 next week though. Oh my goodness. I didn't see where your first one is, but it sounds like it's pretty dang cold where you're at, and you might be warm when 0 comes. Oh, okay, so Richard Logan says, what happened to the snail/spider, it was a snail, that you had on the succulents you used to have? Okay, so, and that was in my little glass bulb that I had some ferns, tiny ferns that I collected in Florida. So it was just like this little decorative like bulb thing, and I put the little ferns in there. And one day I saw that there was a snail. And I thought, oh dang, but by that time I'd already left Florida because I was living in my RV. And so anyway, I kept the snail, and I tried to feed it and water it and all that sort of stuff. And I wouldn't see, he was so tiny, but he would move so fast because I'd see him, and then like a few hours later, he's gone, and I had no idea. And then it'd be like days or weeks or even months before I'd see him again. In fact, it went for so long that I didn't see him in that little bulb, and I thought that he probably died, and then I saw him. So then there was months that I didn't see him, and then I knocked that bulb off of the shelf and I broke it. So I don't know. I named him Speed because he was so quick. I don't know what happened to Speed, but I'm thinking he probably died before I broke the thing, and everything went everywhere. So anyway, let's see. Okay. Oh, Angela Borgen, that's a really good question. She says, how is your injury? Backstory, when I was working on the house renovations, I was wearing shorts. I did not have my PPP on. PP, is it PPE? No, my PP, personal protective, PPE. I'm getting confused from PPP because now that I do accounting stuff, everybody's got the PPP for their, from the relief package. So, yeah, PPE, personal protective equipment, I was not wearing, and I was using a grinder, and it kicked back, and it went into my leg. Just down, almost down to the bone. And I had to get stitches. I can't remember how many stitches I got. Like 5 or 6 maybe? Not very pretty ones, big, they put like some big ones in. My skin was all like puckering out in them. And then it got infected, and I was on crutches for a while. So that has healed, and it is a big purple scar now on my leg. Yep, Rippy, that was a PPE wardrobe malfunction. Malfunction from the very beginning. So, Anna Mae Beekman says, I had a pet praying mantis that lived in my potted plants and traveled with me in my travel trailer. That's pretty cool. Now, Anna Mae, did your praying mantis have a name? And what did you feed him? Crazy Gaming Swede says, Pippi PPE. Piers Bird, thank you so much for watching. It must be past midnight. Oh, it's late your time. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you. Dan says, hello from Illinois. We've missed your videos. Richard Logan says, scars are sexy. This scar, I just can't think. It's like right at the height of, like if you wore like socks and like folded them. So it's like got that line like right where whenever I look at it, I'm like, that's the perfect spot for like a folded over sock. So not that sexy. No name, he ate bugs that would go in my pots. Well, that's convenient to get the bugs out of the pots. James Mosley, hello. Higher Living PJW Last says you can get a tattoo over your scar. What tattoo would you get if you're into that? That's a good question. I don't think I would get one there because it's so visible. But I have seen some tattoos that use white ink, and then I've seen them like in patterns, so you can like if you have pale skin like I do, you would see it, but barely. But like under a black light, you would see it. So I've seen them like, you know, with like cool, oh gosh, mandalas, and you know, like things like that. So I always thought those would be pretty. James Mosley says, I've been worried about you. I appreciate that concern, and sorry to have worried anybody. You know, like I said, you know, watch the previous videos. Life's just gone upside down for me. So yeah, you know. David Mayer, are you growing weed? No, but I'm growing veggies. Freedom Chaser says, Pippi, any advice to those starting the RV full-time life? Start small, start with less maintenance, and start cheap. Start with like an old RV. Don't like think you're gonna love it and like put a lot of money into it. So I started in a 1992 Bounder, rear rada, and that RV was $6,000. So and it was in despair. It had like dead mice in it and stuff, and that saved me money doing that. So, however, if you want to travel, try to get a good vehicle and then pull something cheap. The longer you travel, and even the longer you live in it, it's just going to get more and more worn down. So one, you don't want to sell it to recoup your initial cost. But then two, you also don't want to have to worry, like if you hit a branch, it's going to scrape up the side, and you know, sure, insurance would cover that, but you know, you're probably not going to do that. And so Freedom Chaser, start small and start cheap. And then if you like it, then get something bigger and better, or change your mind, or and my original RV had no slide outs, so that was really convenient because I had plenty of stuff to fix and repair and renovate that having slide outs, yes, I craved the space after a while, but it also saved me from, you know, all sorts of problems that I may have not been ready for. So Art Roas is a Greyhound tattoo. I've seen, so I'm in a lot of Greyhound groups and also a lot of plant groups. And in fact, just today I saw a tattoo of Alba monstera, which is, or is it Monstera alba? It's Monstera alba. So I have a Monstera deliciosa plant, which is those leaves like you see on like men's Florida shirts. Like they're like this. And they might have holes in them. They look very tropical. That's Monstera, and then the Monstera alba is white. But I saw her tattoo, and it was just two leaves, stalks and leaves of the Monstera outline, which is very identifiable, you know. And I thought that was really pretty. And I've seen some Greyhound ones that are really pretty. Mike Skidmore says, I see slide outs as a mechanical nightmare. Oh my gosh, so do I. So yeah, even, oh, and when you go down the road, I mean, you guys, I was almost desperate to get out of my nice rig and my nice truck because everything worked. Barely. I'm so like, if I got an RV again, I'd do something cheap that I didn't care if the slides didn't work or if it got scratched by a branch or anything like that. I'd get it small and cheap and already crappy. That the amount of money I put into it is just basically what I'm paying for the fun of having it, you know, and have that mindset versus hoping to get money out. So, what a relief, you know, what a relief to have both gotten rid of, to be honest, you know. But anyway, Jim, hey Jim, he says happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, Jim. We were at the same RV park for a while. Let's see. Okay, Jay Koenig says, other than the $6,000 purchase price, how much money did you put into Rio Rata while you owned it? I don't know. So I got some stuff, like a lot of my solar stuff, I wrote to these companies and I asked if they would contribute it towards the channel. And they did. And in total, all that solar stuff, now remember, mine was freaking heavy duty. Like, I had a badass solar, no one has a better solar setup than I had on my RV. Probably, definitely more than you need, but mine was freaking, I guess I should watch out what I say on the, watch out the words I use. Anyway, I had a very robust solar setup. And that entire thing, that I did not have to use my money. Actually, a lot of the cables and stuff I did have to buy, and the terminals, and the thing that I built for protecting the batteries, and all this, you know, that stuff I did. That was like all, you know, raw materials. But all the other stuff combined, 10 grand. So it's not cheap. You better like really want to use that and like only use that, you know. So yeah. And then here's the thing with solar. When you're using, okay, here's the thing, let me revise. Here is the thing with solar in your RV. Not solar. Here is the thing with solar in your RV. In your RV, it's always hotter than it's hot outside and colder than it's cold outside. It's like the opposite of a house, you know. The house, even if you have no air conditioning or heat, it's going to be a little warmer than the cold, and it's going to be a little cooler than the hot. But the RV is like literally a magnifying of what's outside. So, in the sun, when you are in your RV, it's hot. So in the summertime, you want to park in the shade. Well, then your solar power panels are not harvesting any electricity. So then, even if you parked in the sun, very likely, even in mild temps, not too mild. Okay, let's say, you know, 80 or something. No, not even. Let's say it's 72 outside. It might be like 78 in your RV, right? Because they just like magnify that. And then you want to turn on your air conditioner. Well, If you turn on your air conditioner, you're going to have to turn on your generator. Well, if you turn on your generator, what's the point of having solar? So, and then the other thing is, you can't use your air conditioner. You can't use your microwave. You shouldn't use, higher drawing appliances. At least for very long. You can like make some coffee or something. But so you can't even heat if it's cold. You can't use a heater on your solar. So what are you using it for? Your lights? Well, if you're just using it for like lights and like to plug your maybe watch your TV, you don't actually need solar panels to harvest all that because you're like barely using any anyway. So there's a little bit of a conundrum, with solar, but I love it, and I'm going to do, now that I have stick and bricks, literally, I'm going to do as much everything I can on solar. One, because I love it, and I love building those setups and, having those little systems. The other thing with solar is it would behoove you, it's a smart idea to have a monitor for your batteries and then keep an eye on what's coming in, all that sort of stuff. Because if you are living off of solar, you really need to maintain your batteries. And that is a lifestyle. That's adding a new thing into your life that you need to really know everything about. Otherwise, you kind of are wasting expensive equipment because you're probably not maintaining it to its longest life possible. So, okay, that was way too long. Freedom Chaser says, are you still playing the piano? Not regularly, no. There. Van Holt says, are you still not a big fan of lithium battery powered? Van Holt, there is some incredible potential there, and I'm not a big fan of it yet. You can watch my previous videos if you want to know why. And I've interviewed people that fix battery problems all the time on these burned up inverters from the lithium battery. It's just, if you don't know what you're doing, don't waste your money, because you're probably going to ruin either your inverter or your batteries. So that's why I'm looking to live as a snowbird. Let's see. Stan, you're going to have to watch backward because we just went over the house flip. Let's see. Michael Sullivan says there's just so much wasted space in my smaller Class C. I thought I could do a wet bath. I thought I couldn't do a wet bath, but I'm ready. No need for a regular bathroom taking up so much space. So that's interesting. That's one way to save space, is put your toilet in your shower. That's cool. I love all the renovation, the possible things you can do and all that sort of stuff. Let's see. Jay Koenig says small fiberglass travel trailers like 16 foot to 25 foot are a great way to test the waters. That's a good point. No slide outs to worry about, and because they're a niche market, are often built better than standard RVs. Yeah, so the thing about the fiberglass, what that is basically it's a shell. So there's no seams. like on Riorata, on my 1992 Class A Bounder, I had seams at where my walls met the roof. And luckily I never had any leaking issues. But those fiberglass ones are a cool way because now there's definitely no leaks unless that fiberglass is cracked. Let's see. Michael Sullivan says, team, no slides ever. So Steven says, just say no to tattoos. Marine 919 says, please don't put a tattoo on your body. Listen, you guys, I've never been inclined to get a tattoo. Somebody said, if you put one on that scar, I don't know if you joined leg, we were talking about the big scar on my leg, you could hide it with a tattoo. And so that's why I talked about those white ones, but I don't think I would ever do that. So, Top for Alt says, now that you are stationary and have lots of room, are you accumulating a lot of stuff now? Oh my gosh, I cannot believe how much stuff came out of my fifth wheel. Oh my gosh. It filled up a house. Now, there was not furniture, but just stuff. I can't believe how much stuff I had in my fifth wheel. So, yeah, I'm filling up the house, and this is what happened. I'm so lucky that when I came to do the inspection on the house, I left the girl a thank you note saying, you know, thank you for accepting my offer. And sorry, I'm like seeing comments here and then seeing them here, and I'm like, oh, okay, don't respond. I left her a thank you note, and at the bottom I put P.S. If you're going to throw anything away, I said, if you're throwing away any furniture, or maybe even anything, because what I did have a lot of was like kitchen stuff. So I said, if you're going to throw anything away that you're not going to, you don't want, I said, leave it. So she left a lot of stuff. Sofa, tables, lamps, some rugs. So, I was so thankful for that. So that was a huge help in getting the house, like kind of regular, like a house, not just an empty thing with, my 2 floor mats from the RV. So. Alrighty, I was looking at comments. Yuka says, greetings from Helsinki. Who is that? Let's see, scroll down. Wayne Mills, tell Chase and Pearl happy Valentine's Day. We dogs need to stick together. I will tell them happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day back at you. And thank you, Wayne, for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it, and it really helps out the motivation to keep doing videos. So Matt says, I've seen a guitar in some of your videos. Do you play? In fact, I do, like self-taught. And I did play with my brother who played ukulele. All right, bear with me. Let me see. Oh, that was called Matt. Okay, Matt, stay tuned. Hold on. Okay, Matt, if you refresh your browser, the link to that video will be in the description of this video. So if you want to see me playing guitar with my brother who's playing ukulele, check that out. Joshua Langford says, always praying for you, Pippi. Joshua, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big Bear says, I hope you're in a safe neighborhood. I did do my research before, and I met the neighbors, and I love my neighbor. I'm so lucky. So, yeah, I love my neighbors. I got good neighbors. Michael Sullivan says, I sold my home for RV life. I was more intimidated by home repairs than vehicle RV repairs. I can see that. I can see that. Definitely, repairs no matter what way you go. Richard Logan says, should make this a regular thing, Sundays with Pippi. Okay, if I did that, okay, everybody, if you can, respond, because I'd be curious. If we did that, I mean, would I need a topic? Or do we just do this? Would you guys want to do that? Xander, yes, Chase and Pearl are absolutely happier in their sticks and bricks. They have squirrels and birds in the backyard. They can run. Chase runs every day. And they spread out, and they've got the beds all over. And sometimes they're close, and sometimes they're far, and they love it. So James Mosley says yes. Okay. Oh, Remo says no topic, just random stuff. Well, maybe do this, just talk. Live stream once a month, maybe. That might be an idea. Oh, yeah, Project 2501 says, yeah, Pippi's voice is so soothing to hear. No topic needed. Just talk about the world this week. Oh my God, the world. But I get, that might be an idea. Oh, Jamie, yes, a chicken coop video is definitely in the plans. I'm not there yet. Like I said before, I have such limited time. Todd for All says, I love your cooking shows. Please do that. That is an idea. That's a little bit more work. Brenda says, I think once a month as well. Leanne says at least every 2 weeks. Richard says, I love anything you talk about, even the boring bookkeeping stuff. So, cooking chicken with Pippi. Right on, Solo Dad. It's a good one. So, yeah, Sri, okay, if you just joined the video, watch from the beginning because there's a lot that I go over. It was a reason why I did this live video. So there's information there. There's information there for you, and it's in the beginning. So, anyway, let's see. Fun Ricky, what do you do with the chickens in the cold? I don't have chickens yet. It's in my plans, and right now I'm busy just getting the garden going, and everything's on hold because of the freaking blizzard. So, whenever the blizzard goes away, we can get back to springtime. So I'm jumping the gun. Steven says, I decided against an RV due to the cornholio, because apparently we're not supposed to say that on our videos. So that's what I'm calling it. So Steven, I think that's a good idea. You can always do it later. Talk for Alt says, did you pull stuff out of the fifth wheel and say to yourself, I thought I lost that. Yippee! Yes, I did, especially tools. I was like, there's that tool. So, and then I brought it all into my garage. Oh my gosh, I have a garage. I'm so thankful. Wow. So, yeah, now because I was moving quick, I had to just, put it all into the garage really quick. Now it's all a mess, but, Michael Sullivan says, Cornholio, that's freaking awesome. Sundays, just talk about your week or whatever you feel like. That's what Eileen Sandu says. Well, that is an idea. I might try to do that. I always realize that I enjoy talking to you guys, because even though I'm the only one talking, I do see all your stuff here, and I feel like we're all talking. So I kind of feel like we're all here together. Ian, rewind 15 minutes. Rewind 10 minutes. So I always get nervous. Like, oh, I gotta do a live video, you know, it's freaking me out. But then I actually find that I do enjoy it. So I just think that if I just turned on the camera to talk, that maybe that would be like boring and I wouldn't have anything to talk about, and you guys wouldn't have, like, sometimes I feel like I've already answered all the same questions, but I know everybody watches differently. And yeah, Eileen says live chat means no editing. Heck yeah. So, and I might need a moderator, says Mama Jen. Yes. So, well, oh my gosh, have we gone over an hour? Good grief. You can do an eating show if the cooking is too much work. Join me and watch me eat as we talk with our mouths full. Remember, I'm the only one talking, so I can't be like eating. So anyway, I appreciate you guys, you know, all of your support and emotional, not just financial, but absolutely financial helps with the video stuff and the supplies for the projects I'm doing. And yeah, Steven says you might make more money on YouTube if you just talk. Well, isn't that the truth? Because a friend of mine, she has a really good channel, and now I don't want to say her name because then I'll be like calling her out for like not, well, whatever. Okay, she's a prepper princess. Definitely check her out and tell her I sent you. And our channels are comparable. They're like the same. They're roughly the same size, and we have kind of the same amount of demographics. And so it's been really educational to talk with her about her channel and, you know, things that as a YouTuber, you know, we go through the same sort of things. And Mama Jen says I love her. And she's like, I was like, gosh darn it, you know, you don't even have to edit or color correct. And she's like, color correct, what's that? And I'm like, oh, I'm wasting my time. I'm doing all this fancy stuff and like, it's not, there's no ROI in it. So, anyway. So, anyway, you guys, let's end that for now. And I will absolutely consider, okay, let's do a quick poll. Question. I want your feedback. If I did a Sunday live video where we just chatted like this, do you think it's necessary to schedule it? To say, like, you know, on Thursday, post that the video is going to be there? Or do you think I should, now I'm just, you know what? How many people are watching this? 289. So that's with a, okay, here's my question. What do you think? Because you guys know a lot. You guys have an experience that I don't have because you're on the other side watching, right? Of course, I watch some YouTube videos, but totally different topics. Should I schedule it? Oh, Ian says a consistent time always helps. Well, that's for sure. Fireside meeting every Sunday, every week would be nice. Oh, wouldn't that be nice if I had a fireplace? Not necessarily, but you might get slightly more views. Yeah, I think otherwise people have to be looking at screen to catch the video. Yeah. So if I did, okay, this is what I'm kind of thinking. If I did a video where we just kind of chat like this, like the majority of this video has just been chatting, then I should schedule it to get more views. Because if it had a great title like, oh, you know, like solar something, or, you know, best RV tip, you know, then more people would join or watch it later. So you get the views later. Whereas if it's just a chatting one, then maybe people don't watch it later. I don't know. Okay, so interesting. Okay. Several YouTubers I follow have a weekly chat for 2 to 3 hours and take super chats. Interesting. Helps me if it's scheduled. All right, so I should schedule it. I watch a guitar channel and he does live stream every Sunday at 2:30 for 2 hours. Wow. But see, is that guitar, Ian, is that guitar person playing guitar? I mean, I'm not playing anything. Like, we'll try it. We'll try it. Do one with Pepper Princess. That's an idea. Of course, then I got to figure out the... I'm not a technology person. I'll have to figure out how to do the like, sharing screens and all that. Pippi bears it all. That will get views. So... just off to, is there still snow? Kevin, yeah, there's a freaking blizzard going on right now. Like, that's a legit blizzard. It's snowing, there's snow on the ground, and then tomorrow night, -3. -3 Fahrenheit. What the heck? So, all right, you guys. Well, I appreciate hanging out with you guys and seeing all your feedback. And, oh, good grief. Alrighty. Erminio Bala, may I ask which program? See, I'm using just YouTube. It's just streaming. So I'm not using a program. But if I shared screens, I would need to use a program. Anyway, okay, you guys. Thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe. Hit that all notifications, because I'm not going to spam you. I don't put up a zillion videos of empty content. It's, you know, of course now if we do the Sundays that might be different, but we'll see about the Sunday. Well, we'll see. Yeah, TR says look into OSB, but the thing is you have to like buy it, or you have to like pay $200. I don't know. Late to the party. So, and Steven, I don't know how to make it 1080. I presume it's because my full screen theater, closed captioning, subtitles. I don't know how to make it 1080. It probably has to do with the streaming of my internet. OBS is free unless you need to like use it for like stuff. I don't get it. I don't get OBS. Oh, I don't know. I know. It's, yeah. I heard about OBS and I don't know. I've tried it. I don't know how to get it going. So, do you set up? Okay, you guys, I'm trying to get off mic. You keep talking, and I'm like all mesmerized. Yeah, I don't know. The live feed with sharing screens might be fun at some point. So, okay. Thank you. I have righty roll, let's go. T-shirts for sale. So if you want to buy a t-shirt, it helps out the channel, or buy me a beer, a one-time donation of $1 even helps. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I love hanging out with you guys. And thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful Sunday. Or if you are, if Poland is still watching, welcome to Monday. and we'll see you next time. So now I gotta figure out how to turn this off. I think it's up here. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, how do I turn the freaking video off? This? Are you sure you want to stop streaming?